Notes, aka fan, because I'm creative and I can make things be whatever they want to be. I have a very, very, very creative, ingenious musician friend that says his father used to say to him, like, it's the pen, can only be a pen. It's a fork, it's a fork. Hello. So let me know if you're here. I can't know who you are unless you say hello. And also, if you come on, let me know where you're from. So today's the first of the lives, Lunch and Learn lives, that we're going to do today, tomorrow, and all next week, because enrollment to our course opens on Saturday. We're very excited about that. It's really hot in here. I apologize. Oh, yeah, I'm that guy. So what we're going to do is every day for the next 7 days, well, we're going to not do it on the weekend because on Saturday is our first master class. So we have a video. So let me just, I need to use my clapper. I keep saying that. Here's how it works. So enrollment opens on Saturday into our course. We do have a paid course that you can take, and we dive really deep, and we do weekly sessions, and we do movie nights, we do all kinds of cool stuff in the course. You can learn all about that later. So we have the paid course option. We also do weekly live trainings in here every week. We have a free video series training that's happening right now that I want to talk about in a minute. So you can do that totally free. Master classes are totally free. By the end of the master class, we will tell you what's offered in the paid course, but we also will give you exactly what you need to know in order to do this job. So definitely take the master class, whether you want to stay in the paid course or not. It's totally fine. But we only open enrollment for the paid course every great once in a while, and we're actually going to start doing it less and less because we really want to focus on the students that are in there. So my eyes are totally water. I don't know why. Well, it's energy. When your eyes water, it means you have lots of energy. Yay! Yay, energy. Not yay that it comes out like that. Anywho, we really want to be able to focus on those students, so we don't open enrollment very often. So enrollment opens on Saturday and goes until the following Sunday. So during that whole time, we want to make sure that we're getting every question answered that we possibly can. So I'm in here every day, lucky you, every day, today, tomorrow, except the weekend. So every day, today, tomorrow, and every noon is the time next week. Cool? All right, so I'm going to talk, well, first I want to talk about the video training. Video training is happening right now. You can get to it on this page. If you just scroll, look for video training. That's a clue. And then those are free. You can take those, and there's 3 videos altogether. And I'm seeing people doing their homework from that, and it's really cool. So when you see hashtag success path or hashtag reader, that's people doing their homework, and I'm so impressed. So I wanted to do a couple of shout outs for Loretta and Patty and Melissa for doing your homework. And then also Loretta, man, she just nailed it like out of the park in terms of like, we're trying to get you to get to where you have a really clear path of what you're going to do. And then there was one that was posted this morning that I saw and was actually going to kind of speak to it pretty in depth today. And now I couldn't find it when I came back on. And I also, of course, was dumb and didn't catch the name. I think it was maybe Julie. I don't know. It was a female. I know that. And so if that's you and you took it down, or maybe I just can't find it, I'm going to look and I'll put in the comments who it was when I'm done. But she was worried about being boring. That's a clue. And it was anything but boring. It was fascinating. So I'm just really impressed with, we're getting a lot of emails. People have been emailing their homework as well. I'm just really impressed with how some people are diving into this and really taking it seriously and figuring out the path that they want to take creatively. So there's so many things that this can be a support system for, in terms of if you're a writer, writing books, writing screenplays, writing television, no matter what you write, it's a real groundwork for that. So we're trying to be that for people. If you want to be a producer, if you want to, or you are a producer, not even if you want to be, like, we're trying to be a support system for a lot of different creative outlets. And we want to be your tribe, to where you can come in and tell us your dreams. We will not laugh at you. We think that anything is possible. And it's the 20% of people that make it happen. It's like the rest of the world needs to get out of the way. The people that, I love this saying, like, people that say it can't be done need to step aside, make room for the people that are actually doing it. So we really feel that pretty strongly. It's not a mystery. There's people doing it. It's interesting to me as we watch comments and things that come in, and people that say, oh, no, studio, you can't be a reader because studios already have their readers. Yeah, they have their readers. Why can't that be you? That's a person. That reader that studio has is a person. So, and we see that kind of thing all the time, as though, no, they're doing that. It's like, no, they're they. we're they. And we have this, I mean, this is kind of an overall theme. It's not supposed to be the topic today, but of the they thing, of they do this and they do that. We do this and you can do this. It's like, it's a person that steps in and does it. So I also run a theater company in LA, and a lot of times people come and say, you know what a theater company should do? And I'm like, okay, is that you? Are you volunteering? Because the theater company is you and me, and just like readers are you and me and us. It's not they. There's no they. I don't know what the they is. So, and I think that's true in everything. In politics are people too. You know, it's like no matter what you want to happen in your world, you are they. We should get t-shirts made. You are they. Confuse everybody because it's fantastic grammar for someone who analyzes, you know, writing to say you are they. Anyway. Okay, so our topic today, though, that was my little tangent about what we're doing and kind of little shout outs. And I want to continue to do that. So post your homework. Mama logging you, as my son would say. I wanted to talk about today. So we get questions when you entered the group, right? You had a chance. You might remember to ask a question. If you join our mailing list, you have a chance to ask a question. You know, we're very much in the hashtag, you know, in your homework. We're opening it up for questions. We're getting a lot of questions. So that's what we're going to do in Lunch and Learn. They're going to be quick. You know, I don't want to go more than 10 minutes. So so I'm already at 6. Go! So, you know, I just want them to be kind of quick little things to sort of answer them either a unique question that we get that's really cool and I think will be fun, which is what today's is, or very common questions. The most common questions we get, we answer in the video series. So I'm not going to go down those paths in terms of the most common questions that we get, because that's all done in the video series, and I don't want to waste the time with the people that are on it and doing that. If you're not doing that, post that you need the link and we'll give it to you. The links are everywhere, but you know, you can scroll through the page and find them. But if you can't find it, just post I can't find it, and we'll stick it in your own little private feed. That's how on it we are. And we really do try to look. And we might not comment on everything because it's, you know, we're two people, Doug and I. So, but we do look at everything and we talk about it, and it does inform what we're doing. It really does. It's totally sincere about that. And it also, we're starting to bring in guests too, and that informs who we invite in, is people that can answer questions that people are asking. Cool. So today, I love this question. It's been one of my favorite questions that we've gotten. It's been a little bit since we've had it, but it's such a good one that I keep coming back to it. I've done it before, but I have a little bit of a different take on it today. And it's the question, I love questions that make me laugh and then make me think, and this one definitely does. And hopefully it will for you too. And that is, the question was, it still makes me laugh, what if I hate everything? It's such an honest, interesting question that someone would even think to ask. That is so great, and it's a good question. So I want to cover it in 3 different ways in terms of being a reader if you hate everything. And we see this a lot. You know, it's interesting because we've got thousands, literally thousands. We've hit 5,000 in the group. It's crazy, so fun. But we have more than that, you know, tens of thousands coming in via the email. We've got all these people coming in. Hi, Kevin. See, you know, you make me want to like not talk about reading at all. Okay, so that's why I'm here, though. So I'm sticking to it. So we get tens of thousands of people asking questions about all of the things that we're doing, and they also comment on it. And there's a lot of negativity out there. It kind of astounds me. And there's a lot of people that ask questions, or don't even ask questions. They come on and they say things like, well, why would I want to be a reader so I could read a bunch of terrible scripts? Like, well, then you don't. So why are you here? I don't go onto Facebook pages and groups of things I don't like and go, I don't like this. I mean, it's different if you're protesting something, but it's like, but you know, free speech. But we're like, okay, then yeah, it's not for you. So let's move along. So, but it's interesting to me, right, that there is a huge thing of people saying, well, there's just so many bad, a lot of bad scripts out there. This is true. And so we're doing these kind of lunch and learn with these questions. We know that, like I have 2 people right now, woo! But we know that a lot of people will watch it on the replay, and we're not used to getting it going. And then we also take these and we're putting together a whole training on our YouTube page so that you can kind of pick which questions you want to hear from. So just throwing that in there. But we want to speak to the fact of someone asking the question, what if I hate everything, in 3 different ways. One, if you hate everything as a reader, producers won't use you after a while. They'll get tired of you hating everything. They want you to find things. The goal is to find a script. The goal is to find that writer. That's what you're looking for. And if you hate everything, it actually just like these posts on the pages that of people being negative, it says more about you than it does about the writer if you're constantly hating everything. Now, you'll come across things you hate, absolutely. And people say there's just, it's all bad scripts. I really have found in the years that I've been doing this is that, hi, Roblin. Yay. You're another one that's doing your homework and jamming. I love it. Nova Scotia, no kidding. That's awesome. Yay. That's right. It is sub. Oh, right. So you're California Lunch and Learn, dude. Sup? I don't know. That was more like Compton. I don't know what that was. Sorry. I apologize. It's like, dude, surf's up. Right? I surfed one time in my life and hurt myself. Remember that? Anyway, so if you find that you're not liking things, and it hasn't been the case that I have not, that all scripts are bad. It's basically that like a small percentage, like 5% of scripts are really bad. That is true. Some of them so bad that they're good. Sometimes that's a whole nother topic. And then 5% of the scripts blow your mind, aren't amazing, and everything else is in the middle. And that's kind of been my experience. So it's very rare that it is rare that you get a script that's just ridiculous. Usually there's something good and something bad. So if you're hating everything, that means you're missing things, and it can be difficult sometimes. So if you need to be able to look at a script and find that hidden gem, and we focus on this pretty intently within the course. We actually have a project that came across my desk where a friend had asked me to read it. They're going to produce it. And when he first gave it to me, I could tell just by the format how big it was. He actually handed me a printed script, which is unusual these days. But it was bound wrong, and the whole thing, it was all wrong. And the minute I took it, I was like, yeah, this won't fly. Like, and he just was like, what? Like, I didn't even open it, and I could tell it was like twice too long. I did a little, like, I did all the little things readers do, the thumb thing, and I saw how many pages it was and was like, yeah, this is a mess. Could see right away the format, but I will read it. Well, there's a huge hidden gem in this script. And so, and it's a disaster in terms of formatting. So we're using that because it's such a good example of finding, a lot of people would not even consider it because the person is a young writer, they're not young chronologically, I mean, they've never written anything, but it is definitely a hidden gem. So now this has turned into a bigger project because now the producers want to do a couple of other movies, get their feet wet, get things going. Well, I want to say feet wet. They produce in other countries. They want to get their feet wet here in Hollywood. So it's going to be a really cool thing. It's turned into a really good thing. If I had gone like, oh yeah, this is terrible, without even looking at it because of the way that it was presented to me, we would have missed that. And it's a huge opportunity. So if you are hating everything, then your perspective is skewed and you need to try to start looking for the hidden gem. So that's one thing, is that producers, well, that's two things actually, is that producers, the first point I wanted to make is producers will stop using you if you hate everything. And something to know about producers in general is that they don't give you a lot of feedback in terms of your coverages aren't good or whatever. They just stop calling. Work dries up. And so when people say there is no work, the work's dried up, yeah, then that means something's not connecting. So people, that's kind of how they just start generating, just like we do in life, they start generating towards the people that are really in there, like giving them good feedback and saying, this doesn't work, but this might work. And maybe we could go here. And maybe we could, instead of just being like, oh, that's terrible. It's like, it's a big deal. And I don't think that people really take it that seriously. And we're kind of snarky. People are smart in Hollywood and they're very sarcastic and a lot of them are jaded. And so you can have this mindset of things being awful. They're not. And the more that you can be that light and more you can be like, there's something here you should look at, even if it's a disaster all around. So if you hate everything, you're going to miss out on producers that are going to stop using you, and you're going to miss out on scripts that will go on, that someone will find and make. So those are the other thing. And then the third element to that, I usually try to break these questions up to sort of 3, my lord, elements. And that never gets old. And you should know what that's from. Anyway. And then the third element to that, what is an example of a great script in my opinion? Oh, I see that many websites offer free downloads. Yeah, that is, you can definitely practice. Good question. Hi, Roger. Good question. Boy, I'm a big fan of Wes Anderson and Coen Brothers. I think that they're super unique, but I also love like Nora Ephron in terms of, writing things that are She just has a really unique voice. When you find a voice that works, sometimes I think the concept of Hangover is phenomenal. And then I watched Dude, Where's My Car? And was like, very similar, but I hadn't seen that before I saw The Hangover. What did I just watched something the other day. I was like, that was a pretty perfect movie in terms of, Young Frankenstein. In terms of the script, we were talking about how we did that. So we do movie nights within the paid course. We'll get together and we'll watch a movie, and we were going to watch the movie, and then we ended up watching a behind the scenes thing about it instead, because most people had seen the movie, and now we're going to go back and watch the movie. But it's a pretty great script. And we also study The Wizard of Oz. Now, The Wizard of Oz, whether you like or hate that movie, formatically, that movie is just spot on. Things happen right where they're supposed to happen. It's color-coded. So we use that in a big way in terms of training, like how a script should fall together. Again, it's also, of course, extremely subjective. So when you're going into working for someone, being able to say, I might not be good for this particular genre because I know I'm not going to like as many things in that genre because it just doesn't ring true to me. So if you're able to kind of do that, that will also help, so that producers will know to use you for certain things. You can kind of do that. At first, you want to just read whatever they give you, kind of develop that relationship. And usually, especially if they're good producers, they'll find out that will be one of their onboarding questions as to where you stand on certain genres. They will have you do coverage samples on scripts that they already have so that they can see your sensibilities and if you line up with them. A lot of times I'll ask that very question that you just asked, what movies do you like, to see where your sensibilities. And I'll never forget reading for a company that was just so phenomenal. When I interviewed with them, Bottle Rocket was the only movie that had come out from Wes Anderson, and that's one of my favorite movies. And when I mentioned it, they were just like, you're in, because no one had really heard about it yet. And so it was one of those things. So being kind of up on young writers, there's someone just posted a really great article about the 10 screenwriters to keep an eye on moving forward. So I'm just really reading voraciously and seeing what's out there. I think is really, really important. And then the third element kind of what if I hate everything is basically kind of looking at whether or not, if you hate everything, whether or not this is actually something for you in terms of your life, because you spend your day criticizing. So you need to really be able to set that boundary so that you don't spend your life criticizing. So I have to admit, I'm not a good person to go to the movies with in general. And my girlfriend, my best friend's even worse. And so people that go to the movies with us are like, they sit there like, this is not a lie. We were at the movie. I'm not going to say which one. And my other friend said, oh no, because she's leaning forward. She goes, oh no, she's leaning forward. When she leans forward, that means she hates it. and it was true. She was leaning forward like this because she was bored. She's really hard to please. And it's not that you get hard to please, it's that you want it. She's like, why couldn't they have just, that's constantly what she's always like, if they just did, So she's a movie maker too, and she's out there making her own movies, people are criticizing her. So it's all, good and bad. We really do want to like things, for one thing. And I only get annoyed at movies every great once in a while, and I share that when that happens. But in general, I usually can find kind of the good things about things. But I really try to turn that off if I can, as much as I can in my personal life, because you don't want to just be criticizing everything. You can't live from that place. So if you hate everything that you're reading, there's a good chance that you're criticizing things in general. And so we need to kind of like be able to cut that off. And I also know an editor. She spends all day long. It's even harder when she's editing. She's spending all day long literally looking for mistakes. And so she's on a board that I'm on, and she's constantly finding all the negative things because that's what she does all day long. And she hasn't made the connection that those are connected. So it's really, when you're doing a job where you're judging people and you're judging scripts, make sure I scroll. Oh, hello. Well, hello there. Hi, Anson. I don't know that we've met you. Hi, Cindy. Yay, Cindy's here. So, you want to try to separate that out. So I yammer way too much. So 20 minutes in. Didn't want it to be that long, but I think it's important. It's one of my favorite questions, and it speaks to so many different things, right? So yes, go on sites and find free scripts and definitely read those, and definitely look for the gems in movies that you don't like. Really look at what is it about this movie that you don't like? What is it that resonates with you that makes you not like it? Is it something to do with the structure of the movie. It's something just to do with you personally, like kind of being able to know what your sensibilities are going in, so that you're not punishing a writer for your own things that you don't like. So if you have certain genres or things that you're not a fan of to begin with, it's not very fair to that writer that you're judging them based on your own biases. Hope that makes sense. So, because we are champions for writers, yes. That's awesome. I can't believe I've never heard anybody say that. There are no bad movies. There are only bad audiences. That's fantastic. I love that. I'm using that one. That's a quote right there. That's awesome, Anson. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool. So absolutely. And I think, we all come in. I had a friend, we went to see, the kids were little, and we took them to Wall-E, and she didn't like it. And she sat through the whole movie going like, I hate this. Somebody shoot me. And I was like, would you stop? Like, she was really bad. And she's my only friend that has absolutely nothing to do with entertainment, doesn't know who anybody is. Her daughter got a tattoo, and the tattoo artist had done like Johnny Depp and Brad Pitt and all these people. And she's like, I don't know who those people are. I don't care about those people. You better do right for my daughter. And he goes, I've never been nervous, but I am right now. So I love going with her because she has no concept of how anything, and doesn't have any concern or care about it either. So it's fun because it's a different perspective. But she was terrible. She was the worst critic ever. Shouldn't be a reader. This is probably we're all. Whew. So I will be back tomorrow with a new question that comes from you. So this is super fun. These are some of my favorite things to do, is just come in here and just for a few minutes jammer, is that a word? About questions. So awesome. Keep them coming, and we'll keep this on the page. When we do these Facebook Lives, we have people say, is there going to be a replay? Yeah, it just stays on the page. It's just scroll, look, it's right there. So if there's another, you can see the topics in the post like we did today. I'm pointing at it. See right there? See that? So you can see the topic in the post, and you can kind of see what we're going to talk about. But just scroll down. We leave them all in the Facebook group. So actually today, Cindy, would you mind sharing this into the group? She's my mini Doug. So Doug isn't here today. He's my partner. He's awesome. I yammer on. He says smart things, but he majorly not broke his foot, just cremated his foot. So he's at the doctor today. It's been a while, so that's why I can kind of joke about it. We're used to it. We're doing rear window jokes because poor guy. But he's so he's not here today, but he will be back tomorrow. Tamale, as I say. All right. Thanks, you guys. I will see you tomorrow, and have a good day. Go to the movies. What movie are you going to go to this weekend? Let me know. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.